Hey Jim, this is what I have on my main setup on my fairing. I've got it's made by GoPro, and there's the isolator there. It's a 360-degree pivot, and I also put a tether on it because I've had a mount come loose before. Go figure. But anyway, I'll get you where I bought it from. I believe I just ordered it online, but you can get it at Best Buy, so you know it's GoPro. And basically it just turns all the way around, up and down, back and forth. And this is a pretty good mount for ferrying or somewhere you're gonna put a base, and I'll show you that on my bike. The other thing I ordered, well, you have to buy a camera mount, a tripod mount from GoPro right here. And it's got a little threaded area there. And what I did was I bought this online. This is great. I got this, Randy made a homemade version, but I found one online that's already made, and it's for cameras, but it works great on the GoPro. So use the tripod mount like this, and just tighten it all the way down, like that. And you have these pivot ball joints that can just go anywhere, any kind of direction you want, basically. You know, and so that tightens up there. This loosens up here, so you can turn it all the way around, and you got this rubber mounted clamp. So the other things I would suggest too is I do all my movies on an iPad because I like carrying a computer around, and I have this little SD card connector. You can do it on if you have an iPad. You can use AirDrop, but this is faster. So the little SD card you pull out of your GoPro usually comes with an adapter, so you just slide in here, put in here, and then I plug it in my iPad, and it just immediately exports into there, or imports in there real quick. Anyway, let me show you the bike mounts. Okay, Jim, here's what I did was I used a flat mount GoPro sticky, just a universal mount, and I stuck it on my fairing here, and then on this I would go ahead and slide that in, and then put the isolator in like that, and then I would go ahead and take this tether, and I just tied it on the back of my rearview mirror, just in case. I haven't had a problem on this mount yet. So as you can see, it's on the fairing, and it takes great shots forward. It takes the whole panoramic view on this. I could also take a side shot going along the side of the, running on the road, or you could do like a selfie ride shot of you or you and your wife. And like I said, it's just, and when I'm done with it, I could also bend it down for, you know, when I'm not using it. So this has been a good mount. That's primarily what I use this pivot for, is this mount right here. Hey Jim, this is this neat mount that I got. I'm real happy with it, and I know I didn't pay a whole lot for it, which is pretty crazy. So it's made of this ABS, actually aluminum and some ABS plastic, but it takes some really neat shots of the front fender and the forward motion this way. You can put it anywhere on the crash bar. You can put it on a frame. I wouldn't put it on the frame. I guess it's too much shake. But this is a great stable shot, and you just tighten it down. You can also bring it back and get a back shot like that, or you can tilt it up, you know, towards you. This is a really neat spot, and you put it on either side of the crash bar. Another way of mounting this, you can put it on the luggage rack. You can get the back shot like that. You can loosen it up. You can put it and get a forward shot from the bike. You can also loosen this up and then tilt this over the side, switch this over, and you can get a shot forward towards the outside of the bike like that. Again, another great spot. And as you can see, the clamp here, it's got a nice groove in here, and it's a rubber mount and real stable. Hey Jim, another spot, another back crash bar. Get the forward motion, turn around, get the back motion. Again, this clamp is just really universal. I really like it, and it's just a quick on and off thing, and it's pretty secure. All right, Jim, here's another spot just on the handlebars. You can mount it anywhere you got room there, and again, it kind of takes place of this this fairing shot. But the only problem is it's just not quite high enough to get over the fairing, and I haven't quite figured that out. I mean, if you just got this one, you probably won't have the over the fairing shot. And again, it's just a neat option. So. Hey Jim, I hope that video helps. I primarily use the fairing mount with the swivel on it. Reason being is I control the camera a little bit easier while riding. I can turn it off and on. I can make adjustments and angle, forward, back, whatever. So it's real user friendly on that part of the bike. The clamp is really neat and gets you some really cool angles. The only problem is in some spots you can't turn the camera on and off, unless you have a phone mount where you can do it remotely. But the other thing too is you won't be able to make any adjustments in camera angle or change while you're riding. So of course on the clamp you'd have to stop and do that, and that becomes a little bit a little much to do, and also you'd have a lot of footage you'd have to go through when you're putting a video together. But again, you get some really cool shots that you would normally not get, and that's why I run two GoPros. I run my main one on my fairing, and then I run my old one, my old 2, on the clamp. So I usually get two cameras going for it. Hopefully maybe the next one I might get a drone. That would be cool, getting a sky view of everybody riding. I tell you what, when we meet up in Florence, I'll bring my Ultra Clamp, and if you're on the fence about it, you can just use it that weekend and see what you think, and put it on your bike, see if it works for you, and if you like it, before you go out and spend 25 bucks on it. Well, it'd be 25 and probably another 10 for the tripod adapter, so it'll be a $35 investment, which isn't very much, but if you don't use it, that's 35 bucks you could use on something else. So anyway, I'll bring it down if you don't get one before then, and but I do highly recommend the fairing mount. That's a really good camera mount for your bike. But anyway, hope this helps, and if you have any questions, or anybody else who's watching this video have any questions, just send me a text message or message on this on the comments below. So anyway, have a great weekend, guys, and can't wait to Florence. Bye.